Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Always a little sketchy about me.
A lot on his mind, Johnny.
Ain't you clever to see through this subterfuge?
A failure to properly value your freedom in the promising days ahead.
I trust you know 2% nothing's fucking nothing. Announcing your plans. It's a good way to hear God laugh.
And fuck us all anyway for the limber dick cocksuckers we are.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Deadwood Dick's Dastardly Den. And been a while. Ain't been up to making too many videos lately. But I'll tell you, I got real tired of not being able to do nothing. So I figured I'd just do a little rant today. Have a drink. And a cigar. And talk about the stupid shit that I've been watching on Rumble and YouTube and the way this country's going. I'm telling you, these Marxists, the whole damn Democrat Party has gone Marxist. Half of the damn Republicans are neocons, bunch of damn rhinos. I'm really upset about this new law that got passed. I don't know if it was the Senate it went through or the House it went through or both. This damn thing about against the First Amendment, where you can't say nothing about the Jewish state or Israel or whatever, or even makes part of the Bible illegal to talk about. This is absolutely ridiculous that we had so many Republicans that would vote for this, and to legislate your speech is a crock of bullshit. It was exactly what it is. I'm really tired of hearing stuff like this. They're trying to take away they've been trying to take away our Second Amendment rights for years. They keep getting shot down step after step. And now they're going after our First Amendment, one piece at a time. When I can't say that it was Jews that decided that they wanted Jesus to be crucified instead of, the hell was his name, Barabbas? Okay, the guy killing people. Okay, if I can't say that out loud, then if I can't actually quote the scriptures without getting in trouble, then our First Amendment ain't worth a shit. Just that simple. These people coming across our border 10, 12, 15,000 a day. And the only thing that the Democrats want to do is give all of them that are here asylum, give them all a green card, let them stay, and only drop down to 5,000 a day getting across the border. Well, you know damn well that ain't going to happen. You know damn well that 5,000 a day You let 5,000 a day through, you may as well let 10,000, 15,000 a day, because you ain't gonna be able to control it. They want to replace us. They're worried about their voter base leaving, because black people are switching up. They're finally realizing that Democrats were the KKK, and they've been that way all the way along. The worst kind of racism there is a racism of low expectation. And that's exactly what the way they treat black people like. They're just low expectations. You heard, what's her name, the governor of fucking New York, come right out and say, well, them black people, they don't even know what a computer is. Really? Are you that fucking stupid? Sure, she walked it back, but they always, it's like a drunk dude telling you he's sorry after he fucking punched you in the face. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. All this shit is just anything they can do to divide this country. I grew up, my best friend, and this was in the 70s, from, say, 72 all the way on. My best friend died just this last year, but he was my best friend from 1972 on. He was a black guy. I called his mom, Mom. I went to his house every day. We drank together. We smoked weed together. We did everything together. And you may as well say I grew up, I don't know if you can still tell, but you used to be able to tell that I grew up around black people just by the way I talk. Okay, it was my speech. I had speech impediments that literally mirrored his family. I talked like his family. But his family weren't bigots. And I wasn't no bigot. Okay? And they've been trying for so long. At least the past 10 years. Or 15 years. Ever since Obama. Have been trying to separate the black and white people. Okay? This is from Obama on, when he got up and blamed the police for George Floyd. And what was that dude? Hands up, don't shoot. That never happened. Okay? And he started talking racism right there. Okay? Instead of sticking up for the cops. And the cops were the ones in the right. Okay? It's all about fucking divide and conquer. And I've been so sick of this shit, it's not even funny. Excuse me. Yeah, I need a chaser anymore. Drinking a little bourbon. It's not my favorite. I'll show you my favorite one of these days. I've got a case of it. I used to own a bar, and I was the only one in North Dakota that ordered this particular brand of bourbon. I didn't even know they still made it. But I'll tell you about it someday. I'm really tired of these libtards. I mean, nothing they say makes sense. Anything from, the racism, everything is racist, my God. And then you're either homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, homophobic. You know, none of us is scared of any of them. And phobic means you're scared of. Ain't none of us scared of it. We just don't want our kids around it. You know what I mean? If gay people are gay from the time they're little, okay, then let them be gay. But you don't have to teach my kids about it. You don't have to teach my grandkids about it. Because if they're gay, they know it. That's just it. If they're gay, they know it. Okay, so why do you need to worry about that? Why do you need to do drag shows? Don't ask people why we don't want drag shows around our kids. Ask people why trans people need to have drag shows around kids. Okay? Why do you need to be around kids? Why do you need to have drag shows and do this shit in libraries for little kids? Why are you that weird? Because if I seen a weird dude trying to fucking talk shit to one of my kids, I'm going to jail. Just that simple. If I see you walking down the street, I got no problem with it. But when you want to bring that shit around my children, follow my daughter into a fucking bathroom sometime. You may not come out of the bathroom. Okay? Just that simple. It just, this kind of shit used to be a normal way of thinking. And it needs to get back to a normal way of thinking. The rest of us that think this way just ain't got the balls to speak up. And we need to speak up. Because this kind of shit isn't right. Damn thing. And it just, and farmers, this crap where they're using nitrogen bans to stop farmers from farming. In Oregon, they're actually stopping small farmers from being able to grow their vegetables and grow the shit for their own family. I watched one video on here that talked about if you got too much canned food that you canned yourself in your house, they can come take that shit. Not in my house, you better not. You know what I mean? It ain't none of your fucking business how goddamn much food I got in my house. It ain't none of your business how many guns I got in my house. It ain't none of your business. Most of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am, you are who you are. But if you're the government, I think like Ron Paul did. I called Ron Paul. Ron Paul was the first one that I ever got into politics with. Because to be honest with you, he was the first politician I ever heard speak. I heard him on YouTube one time. He was on the news. And I had to do a search for him because he was the first politician I ever heard that sounded just like my grandpa. My grandpa was born and raised in North Dakota. He was born in 1883. Before North Dakota even became a fucking state. Okay? His daddy homesteaded here in 1883. Actually, he homesteaded here. My great-grandpa homesteaded here in 1883. My grandpa was born here in 1884. And he was a cowboy, literally. That was his life's calling. Was he grew up, he started being a cowboy at 15. He had fucking his own herd with his daddy and his brothers. They started out running cattle in the Killdeer Mountains in North Dakota. They rented land from the Sioux Indians in Mandaree and the reservation land, and they ran cattle. And as he grew up, he homesteaded south of Watford City in 1906. And he had a philosophy of you be you, I'll be me. You don't fuck with me and I won't fuck with you. We can do business and we don't have to even fucking deal with each other than that. Okay, what you do on your land is your business. What I do on my land is mine. And Ron Paul, when I started listening to that man, I came up. There's 3 rules that Ron Paul, 3 redneck rules of Ron Paul, I used to call it. If you're the government, get your ass off my property, get your hand out of my pocket, and get your nose out of my business. That's all there is to it. And if the government saw it that way, we'd all be a lot happier. If you're the government, get your ass off my property, get your hand out of my pocket, and keep your nose out of my business. That's all we need to do. I was a delegate for Ron Paul, and I had never gotten into politics. I wish I did. I followed it a little bit. I grew up. I got a citation from Nixon when I was in grade school because I helped with nature trails and shit like that. We helped build nature trails. And this is grade school. I've still got that somewhere. It's a hand-signed citation from Richard Nixon for helping the natural environment and that kind of shit. I remember when Carter was in office, and he was a piece of shit, chicken shit. I joined the Army in 78, and I was in the Army when the Iran, Tehran, took the hostages and held them there. And fucking Carter didn't have the balls to do nothing about it. And I was there. I was with the 4th Infantry Division. We were ready to go over there. In fact, we had some really bad attitudes toward what we called ragheads. I mean, we were literally. I didn't see it until after I got out of the Army, and I'd been out for a while. But we had some really bad attitude toward what we called ragheads. And the philosophy that we had wasn't a good philosophy. And guys wore T-shirts that said, "Kill them all, let God sort them out." Okay, we don't negotiate with terrorists. You know, if we got to give up the hostages, we just wipe your ass out at the same time. And that was all there was to it. That was our attitude. We were ready to go. And when Reagan got, and just before Reagan got inaugurated, literally, Jimmy Carter was on the way to the inauguration when he got word that they let the hostages go and they were getting on a plane. And I just had an idea that, you know, them damn Iranians, they had watched so many of them old westerns of Reagan, They just figured he was going to jump on his horse and come over there and kill them all. So they just decided, no, we don't want to fuck with this boy. And they just let him go. But they waited right to the last fucking minute. And that was the whole deal. Now, to be honest with you, I never considered myself a Republican either. Fuck that cigar. My grandpa hated Kennedy. I never knew why, because I was so small anyway. And it was just my parents told me that my grandpa hated Kennedy. And I never understood why. But my grandpa wasn't a bigot. See, he grew up leasing land and renting land from the Indian. My grandpa got along with the Indian. He raised cattle on Indian land. And Kennedy didn't want to sign in the what the hell was it? The Civil Rights Act or whatever. And my grandpa didn't want him to. But Kennedy was gonna, but my grandpa didn't want him to, because he knew that all it was gonna do is subjugate these people a little further into nothingness. Okay? It was gonna make us take care of them again for another fucking 100 years. That was the problem with our relationship with the Indian. It's been our problem with our relationship with black people. Is that all this shit that you do, that you call yourself helping them, let's give them money. Let's just pay them off. Let's give them money. We think we're helping them. You ain't helping nobody. You're treating them like a little fucking kid. You're giving them an allowance. Okay? Here's your allowance. Go have fun. My parents treated me like that. Here's some money. I don't want to see you again for another day. All right? I don't like that. It's bullshit. And when you do shit like that, it's the bigotry of low expectations. And there is no worse bigotry in the world than the bigotry of low expectations. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $1,000 a month. I'll pay your rent, but you can't have a man in the house. Okay, you got kids. I'll pay your rent, and I'll give you $1,000 a month, and I'll give you food, and I'll take care of you. But your husband, you can't be married, and you can't have a husband in the house. Okay? You can't be taken care of by a man. You can't have that man fucking get a job. And to be honest with you, if you're a single man, we ain't gonna do shit for you. Okay? You gotta fend for yourself. So guess what? You know, I can't get a job. I think I'm gonna go out and sling me some drugs. It just fucking doesn't work. All you're doing is trying to degrade people by doing that kind of shit. You just give the women everything they need to survive, barely survive. The more kids they have, the more money they get. Well, guess what? That's what you wanted, that's what you got. And the whole Democrat Party has been that way all the way along. So it's this whole thing has been set up since the 60s, where people think they're being helped. You're not being helped. You're being taken care of. And when you're being taken care of, you don't care to take care of yourself. And that's the problem. And now they try to divide us the same fucking way. But black people are starting to realize that Trump brought the unemployment down for black people, Hispanic people, for women. The unemployment level was at historic lows before this fucking COVID thing. And it wasn't working. It's not going to work until he gets back in office, or a Republican with his frame of mind gets back in office. These Democrats, they're plantation owners is what they are. They want to use your money and my money to pay off somebody else, bring in new voters for themselves. Every time they turn around, they'll tell you what they're doing. They tell you straight up. Sometimes I think they tell you when they're drinking, because like, what's her name up in New York? When she came out and said that black kids don't know what a computer is, I thought, oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. Are you stupid, lady? Or do you just want to say this stupid shit out loud? Okay. It doesn't make sense. Nothing they do makes sense. Okay? The trans shit with fucking Dylan Mulvaney going to the White House to talk about trans rights. Trans people ain't got no more rights than I do. Okay? They shouldn't. Nobody should have any more rights than I do. Your rights end where my rights begin. That's just that simple. That's the way the shit works. It just... And giving our money to other people. What the hell does Ukraine have that deserves all those billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars? We could have done a lot in this country. You want to know why your groceries are going up? They sent them to fucking Ukraine. You want to know why gas is up? Because of Ukraine. You want to know why fucking Biden is just destroying this country? The first few days he was in office, he closed the pipelines. You want to know why your gas is so high? Because of fucking first week he was in office, he closed the pipeline. Okay, you can see this shit coming. Now, like I said, don't think I was a Republican. I hated Reagan. Okay? I couldn't stand Reagan. When I found out his wife has started the Just Say No program while his fucking CIA is importing fucking cocaine, and you can't tell me little Ricky Ross in the ghetto learned from some miraculous fucking god-awful scientist how to create crack cocaine. Okay, how to make regular cocaine into fucking crack cocaine. Okay, who's the scientist that taught this little motherfucker that? Okay, they started out using fucking really high-end fucking chemicals to do that shit. They were doing ether fucking to turn cocaine into crack. All right? And then somebody taught him, well, baking soda and a little water pressure will push that shit together and dissolve everything but the cocaine. So who in the fuck taught him that? A little black dude. Fucking, what was he? 16, 17, 18 fucking years old. Getting pounds and kilos and shit of cocaine from the fucking CIA during Reagan. Okay? And he's the first guy to learn how to fucking make crack cocaine. All right? Iran-Contra. You remember that? I do. I was in my fucking 20s when that shit happened. All right? Crack cocaine was my scourge. When I was fucking 26, 27 years old, I lived in my fucking car. I lived in my car with my album collection because I wasn't giving up my fucking album collection. Yeah. So don't think I was a Republican all the way. I ain't never been a Democrat. In fact, I kind of was for a little while. I kind of liked Clinton for a while. Until he fucking signed up that NAFTA, North American Fair Trade Agreement. And yeah, that shit just sent all our jobs overseas. It sent fucking half our jobs to Mexico and China. And all of a sudden, taxes go up for businesses here, and they don't go up for anybody over there. So half of our manufacturing shit off overseas. Well, all of a sudden people ain't got no job. We got no jobs here. So what the fuck? What do we do? And then because he let all these people fucking go on welfare. Oh, he was so wonderful because he gave us money. Yeah, he was so wonderful because he fucking paid our bills. He was so wonderful because he just fucking did so much for everybody while he was getting blowjobs in the fucking under the fucking desk in the fucking Oval Office. Okay. These are reasons I never got into politics. Because they were all corrupt. Every fucking one of them. Fucking Nixon, he didn't know about fucking Watergate. He just covered it up. That was his fucking problem. When he found out about it, he tried to cover it up. And that was his fucking problem. Now, to me, Nixon brought us into China. I don't think that ever should have happened. We should have left China alone. We should have let them fucking eat themselves like they were doing to start with. Because Mao fucked it all up. Mao killed millions and millions of fucking people. And that's the way we should have stayed the fuck out of China. When Nixon brings us over and makes friends with China, all of a sudden China gets the idea, well, we can make all this shit too. We can make all this shit and we can make sure that we force people to fucking make it cheaper than anybody else. Well, guess where we are now? We're fucking all about China, ain't we? Old fucking Biden is all about China. Making millions off fucking China. But we ain't. We ain't making shit off China. China's making millions off of us. And half our fucking industry fucking bows down to China. Look at fucking movie theaters and movie fucking Hollywood and shit. Okay, when they're changing fucking the covers on videos to please China, when they're taking scenes out of videos to please China, why do you think there ain't a fucking movie worth of shit watching anymore? There's just so much of this shit that a little bit after a little bit after a little bit after a little bit. I still say the reason we got Trump is because they fucked over Ron Paul. I was a delegate for Ron Paul in 2008. I was also a delegate for him in 2012, and I went to the fucking Republican conventions, GOP conventions here in North Dakota, and I watched how they treated him. I listened to how they talked about him, but he was the only one fucking making sense. He was the only one that wanted to fucking audit the Fed. He was the only one that wanted to audit the fucking FBI. He was the first one to want to say, listen, these three-letter agencies ain't doing us no good. We need to keep a fucking eye on them. And guess what? He was right. He's always been right. He was there for 35 fucking years. They called him Dr. No because lobbyists don't come in his office. There ain't a lobbyist anywhere that could fucking convince him of anything. All right? Yeah, because he was for the American people. And now we got very few like that. We got a few in the fucking House now. But this bipartisan bullshit needs to stop too. Democrats ain't no bipartisan shit. The only time the Democrats are bipartisan is when Republicans are on their side. And then they call it bipartisan. What a bunch of shit. There ain't no Democrats that'll come to our side. When we got something to say, they don't want to hear it. Them fuckers are all in a group. They're all in their own little fucking group, and they will not give in until the fucking Republicans say, okay, we'll fucking, we'll agree to this. Okay? They wouldn't fucking do shit for the Republican side. They won't give an inch. We don't need to give an inch. The fucking Democrats stick together like fucking hand in a glove. We need to do that on the Republican side. We need to get this MAGA shit fucking going. We need every Republican to be a MAGA. Make America great again, fucking Republican. We need to get these rhinos out of fucking office. This is bullshit. Because all they want to do is fucking give in to the Democrats. Give in to this fucking woke agenda. This fucking divide and conquer bullshit. This one world, this fucking new world order bullshit needs to stop. This fucking Klaus Schwab. Half our fucking politicians are in old Klaus Schwab's fucking pocket. In the World Economic Forum. These fuckers want to control your life from fucking cradle to grave. And that's bullshit. We need to stop this shit. People need to get on board with the fucking Republican Party so that we can fucking, the MAGA Party, so that we can get this fucking country back on track. We need to worry about our own goddamn borders. We got fucking soldiers in 130 some countries around the world. We need to bring them here. Why are they spending their money in all these other countries? We're paying them. It's our money we're paying them. Okay? So why do they need to spend their money in all these other fucking countries? They need to come home here and they need to fucking line up along our border. Straight up, north and south. They need to fucking line up fucking arm's length. Fucking dress right dress. Okay? One fucking arm's length from each other fucking soldier with an M16 and say, you ain't coming in. Straight up, you ain't coming in. That's bullshit. We got all these fucking soldiers around the world there. What are they doing there? We've had fucking soldiers in Germany since World War II. We've had soldiers in fucking Korea since Korean War. Okay? Them fucking Koreans can take care of themselves. Okay? We got soldiers in Vietnam. Them fucking soldiers in Vietnam, them Vietnamese can take care of themselves now. Okay? When we went to Vietnam, we was taken over for the fucking French. The fucking French got half this shit started. It was Mao Zedong and fucking Pol Pot that went to French school. They went to fucking France and went to fucking college in France and came back fucking communist. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying here? These fucking people have been doing this shit. It's been fucking run since the fucking 40s. Ever since the fucking World War II, there's been a distinct fucking repetition of fucking debilitation of our fucking civil rights because of fucking communism. And that's, right now, that's what we got taken over. It's fucking Marxist strategies that they're using for every one of these fucking things that are going on right now. wish you'd fucking stay lit. Sorry. Yeah, this is just ridiculous shit. I hate to just go on a rant like this, but, you know, I've been wanting to fucking go on a rant to somebody, somewhere, that fucking, I got nobody to listen to me other than my old lady, and she just sits and nods her head like, I know. Well, fuck. What do you say? Anyway, yeah, it's what's going on in this country is just not good shit. And it's all the way down to sports and movies, actors, the most useless fucking people on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. You need to quit watching sports. You need to quit watching organized sports. Not even college sports. Because colleges are where they're fucking training kids for this shit. Yeah. That's where these kids are learning this shit, is in college. And it's been happening since the 40s. It's this fucking Black Lives Matter shit. Black Lives Matter as long as a white man or a cop kills a black person. But they'll kill themselves, black on black crime, by the hundreds in Chicago and New York and LA and fucking all these places. Where are they at? Where's Black Lives Matter? Where are they at? Nobody shows up. They'll even kill little kids. And nobody shows up. But you let a cop kneel on a guy's neck that probably died from fucking overdose. His heart exploded. Like the coroner even said, George Floyd probably would have died anyway. It was the drugs in his system would have killed an average man. Okay? But yet that cop is sitting in prison. Okay? And they came out in droves for that dude. Okay? Painting murals and shit. Alright? Why did they do this? Black lives don't matter to them. They only matter when a cop kills a black guy. Black lives don't matter when black guys kill black guys. Drive-by shootings and kill kids. That don't matter. Why? That's when it should matter. Okay? Gun control. Over 50% of gun deaths in this country are from suicide. Nobody wants to tell you that. And over half of the leftovers of those are from gang-related violence. Ain't got nothing to do with the guns. You take away the guns, look at Europe. Yeah, they don't have much for gun crime. But they knife each other on a fucking regular basis. Okay? People go around with machetes fucking chopping up 5, 6, 7 people at a time. Okay? So, you take away the guns, they just grab a knife. You take away the knives, they'll fucking pick up a fork. Okay? You're just stopping people from fucking protecting themselves. And the Supreme Court already said the police do not have any obligation to protect you. The Supreme Court fucking said that. Okay? That's a Supreme Court ruling. Look it up. The goddamn police have no obligation to protect you. Well, that tells me I better fucking be willing to protect myself. And you should too. None of this shit makes sense. It's not supposed to make sense. The whole thing is to create chaos. That's what the New World Order is all about. Because until we get together on some fucking shit that makes sense, they're going to be in control. Because they'll pay people to fucking create the chaos. They'll pay people to show up for the fucking rallies and the fucking riots and all this shit. They've said that these riots and these fucking protests for the Hamas, most of those kids are either rich bitch white kids or outside infiltrators. Okay. Yeah, these are paid activists going to these Hamas fucking rallies and these protests. Most of these ain't fucking college kids. And the college kids that are involved are fucking rich bitch fucking white kids and millionaires. Okay? You ain't gonna find some kid that fucking pays his own way in college, or some kid that has to pay back fucking student loans and all this shit. He's going to class. Them fucking kids are going to class. And it's these rich bitch fucking white kids that think they're better than everybody else, probably Democrats. Okay? Liberal fucking, I know better than you fucking kids, just like their parents, okay, that started off, this shit started off fucking these liberal fucking, I know it all fucking kids in the 60s, okay? Their parents were fucking hippies. We need all peace and love and community and fucking all this shit, okay? Well, they grew up, joined the fucking human race, got a job, went to college and got all these fucking degrees and decided that they were going to just fucking help take care of everyone that needed taken care of. Okay? Well, you know what? You fucking take care of people and you get a bunch of spoiled fucking brats. That's what you get. That's just all there is to it. You take care of people, you give them their little fucking pittance, here's your allowance, and you wind up with a bunch of fucking spoiled brats. That's just the way it is. And we're seeing it now. This is like the fucking 60s all over again. Okay? It's fucking ridiculous. And we need to stop it. We need to elect people that want to make this country great again, the way stabilization does to people. We need to stabilize this country. That's all we can fucking hope for, is to stabilize this country. If we don't stabilize this country, we're all in for a fucking world of hurt. And it's been going on at least since Obama, because I don't remember this shit before Obama. I mean, I don't believe, well, I didn't like George Bush. I didn't like George number 1. I didn't like George number 2. Okay? They're both a couple of dickheads that just wanted to fucking start wars. I don't believe that the fucking terrorists that supposed they proved that 2 or 3 of the fucking terrorists from 9/11 were still alive. Okay? They were supposed to fucking have died in this fucking rubble and in these planes, and they proved they were still alive. They fucking weren't anywhere near the shit that fucking went down. Okay? This is all bullshit. It's all what they want you to know. And the fucking media is in on it. Okay? You need to find a new fucking news source on the internet. Find somebody reputable. Find somebody that literally does their own fucking research. Okay? We need fucking people like Julian Assange. We need people like fucking Snowden. We need those kind of people. Those fucking whistleblowers. Those fucking journalists that fucking take the fucking truth and fucking broadcast it to everybody. That's what we need. It's becoming more ridiculous every day. And if they want to come get me, let them come get me. But this is a rant. I'm tired of it. I really am. I'm a 64-year-old man with cancer that has no fucking way of doing anything other than sit on my computer. I gotta sleep in a fucking lounge chair because my back is so fucked up. If I sleep on a bed, I want to roll over onto my stomach, and I wake up in the morning on my stomach. Then my back's locked up, so I can't fucking sleep on a bed. I can't sleep horizontal because I fucking lock up my back. So I sleep in a fucking lounge chair. Well, I cut off my cable. I got an extra computer. I hooked it up, HDMI cabled it to my TV, my big screen TV. And everything is fucking USB. I got a fucking USB mouse, fucking wireless mouse, wireless keyboard. And I watch videos. I watch my movies and shit online from that computer. But I don't have TV anymore. And the things that I've learned since I cut off fucking cable and I quit watching any fucking news outlets. I don't watch any of the news. If whether it's Fox or MSNBC or CNN, none of it. I don't watch any of that. If I see any clips from any of that, it's because somebody else's news channel fucking pointed it out to me. And then they do their fucking commentary and they tell me, this is what really fucking happened. And here's the paperwork to fucking prove it. Okay? Where I like Steven Crowder. I haven't seen him in a while, but I like Steven Crowder because he gives fucking references. I like Doug in Exile because he'll take and fucking give his opinion and he'll tell you just what the fuck's going on. These people tell you where the bear shits and fucking how big a fucking turd he left. Okay? And I just don't do TV anymore. I don't even watch movies that are, God, newer than, I don't know, 2000? there's very few movies I even watch. I like black and white movies. Okay? And I'll, I'll admit that the people who did black and white movies were just as fucking corrupt as the people that do movies today. But you know what? The movies were better. They had an actual plot. CGI, if I want to see CGI, I'll fucking buy a video game. CGI is bullshit. CGI has never happened. It never will. Okay? Nothing you see on CGI is possible in real life. Fuck those movies. I'll watch old movies. Some of the best movies in the world are old black and white movies. I'll say maybe from the 80s on back is some of the best movies in the world. If you've never seen fucking old movies, watch them. Just fucking go on to fucking any. One of my favorite places is archive.org. I'll do a search on archive.org. And they got books and all kinds of shit. There's books on there I'll fucking go to sleep listening to. It's... This is number 2 on a fucking 2-finger. That shows you how much I drink. I don't usually get to number 2. You watched me pour number 2. I don't drink very often at all. I'll have one once in a while, but usually just one. I'm just so tired of living life in a hole. And fucking these goddamn Democrats and these fucking wokies are just digging my hole for me. I don't worry about me. I give a shit about me. My life's over. My grandkids. My kids and my grandkids I worry about. They gotta fucking deal with this shit. These stupid fucking people and their rules and laws and all this kind of shit. The fucking FBI and the ATF and the fucking CIA taking over the fucking internet and fucking telling YouTube what they can do and what fucking, okay, all this shit. They tell them what they can fucking show you, what they can't. YouTube is the worst of them all. Okay? At least Rumble fucking will let you see what fucking YouTube won't let you see. Okay? BitChute will let you see what YouTube won't let you see. It's ridiculous when they literally control everything you get to watch. Everything you get to see, every bit of fucking news you get to hear. It's not good. And I feel bad for my kids and my grandkids. And if they don't fight for it, it's going to be gone. I can only fucking talk so much. I can only say so much. I can only show so much. But if it's fucking... If you don't listen to me, you need to listen to them later on. If you don't listen to them, we're fucked. You're fucked. Everybody's fucked. You're going to wind up in a one-world government where the American Union and the European Union and the Asian Union and the African Union are all fucking part of these unions, and there's one fucking world government that dictates everything to all of them, and the U.S. Constitution is a piece of shit and it doesn't even exist anymore. It barely exists now. If we don't save it, We are the last fucking bastion of hope for this fucking world. And human individual liberty is gone. When this country fucking succumbs to the fucking one world government and the fucking U.S. Constitution is no more, everybody's fucked. That's all I can say. You'll have no liberty, and neither will anyone else in the world. They'll do to you what they want to do to you. Just that simple. Have a nice day.